Hello everyone, welcome to another brand new farm. Today we are playing on the forest map. This one is all about foraging. And that means your farm naturally produces things you can forage and harvest, like this leek that's already showed up for me. And also it gives you lots of opportunities to level up your foraging skill. This is the one farm layout that naturally produces hardwood, and that is cool because hardwood is used for many awesome things, and it also gives you a lot of experience to chop it. So my goal for this farm layout is to have many things that show up every day that I just wander around and pick up right off the ground and make a lot of money doing it. The two things I'm currently thinking about for making money later in this series are going to be pigs, which produce truffles, which are very valuable, and the mushroom trees, which grow randomly on your farm. I'm hoping that over the course of a few years I can have a lot of them growing, and then I can put a tap around them and they will produce me mushrooms every day. Some of those mushrooms are very valuable, especially if they are iridium quality. And obviously I need to upgrade my foraging skills, so that's why I'm currently running around everywhere picking everything I could possibly find. I am of course going to do a few small crops along the way, nothing crazy. I just simply need a bit of money and a bit of farming experience to make a few things. But I am really curious to see what kind of money I can make if I'm collecting lots of high quality iridium items. And of course, it never hurts to check the garbage cans as you walk through town. I'm not sure if they are considered foraged items or not, but they can at the very least be useful. Alright, so just managed to cover mostly all of the map. It is just after 4 PM and I actually had a really good day foraging wise. I've never actually found this much stuff on the first day. I'm not sure if this is just luck or if it has to do with the foraging map. So I'm simply going to sell anything that cannot give me any energy. It has no use to me at this point. However, anything that does give me energy I'm going to hold on to. And I am for once going to plant my parsnips right on the first day, simply because I need a little bit of money and a little bit of farming experience. I'm really going to try and play this out so I don't have to do any more crops than I have to while not having an upgraded watering can. Or sprinklers. I'd rather have sprinklers all the way. And now that my small little crop of parsnips is all planted and put away, I'm going to simply chop wood for the remainder of the day with the goal of getting 50. That way I can make a chest to store all the crap I'm going to be collecting. And also cutting down trees gives you foraging experience, so I might as well get a jump on that. I don't believe that these smaller trees give you any experience though, so I'm just going to leave them alone and let them grow up until they do give me experience. Already it's 9 PM on my very first day, but I have more than enough wood to make a chest. So now I can store all this extra crap. As always, I like to keep everything. I don't want to throw anything away unless I know it's completely useless. Alright, I feel like that was a pretty successful first day. Already leveled up my foraging skill one time and would have made a little bit of money off my foraged goods. 240 gold. So it's going to be a pretty straightforward routine today. Obviously water my little crop and then go around and forage everything I can find, and then just probably chop wood for the remainder of the day simply to upgrade my foraging skill. As soon as the mine opens on the 5th, I'm going to spend the majority of my time down there. The mines are going to be hugely beneficial for me, especially in the early game, because I can make a lot of money and also get a lot of experience foraging wise, especially on the mushroom floor. And now with the introduction of iridium quality items, those purple mushrooms will be worth even more than they ever were. Already, just running around the perimeter of my farm, I found 2 dandelions, which is awesome because that's 50 energy I wouldn't have otherwise on other farm layouts. Upon entering the beach on day 2, I of course get my fishing rod from Willie. I could spend some time right now fishing and making some money that way, but after my last series I really don't want to do any more fishing right now. And now that I've just found a gold quality clam, I'm going to head back to my farm and put some of my useless tools in the bin for now and sell some of the other stuff to make room and continue foraging. 3 PM, covered all the area I wanted to cover, found a few more things. Making progress. Once again, simply going to spend the rest of my day chopping wood. And I've got to say, it is a lot more enjoyable playing on this farm layout where I simply wander around and collect stuff all day, as opposed to fishing all day or planting and watering crops. Hiding behind the tree I just cut down is this little mushroom, a morel. I think those are actually fairly valuable. I would not have found that if I hadn't cut down that tree. Just before 7 PM and I'm out of energy, so I'm going to go to bed. I don't want to use up any of my items for energy yet. 295 gold today, that is 55 more than yesterday. But I'm simply after experience more than anything at this point. The money will come later. Hopefully lots of it. Already, after picking a few things in my field, my foraging skill has leveled up to level 2. And thank you to those who pointed out in the comments that you can see when you've leveled up in your skills menu before you fall asleep. Looking forward with that, I can save myself quite a bit of time and effort with some things. A few more days of foraging all this good stuff and I'll have lots of items to bring with me down to the mines. That should help boost my production downwards. I want to try and hit level 80 as soon as I can, because at that point I have the opportunity to hit the mushroom level. Once I get that on an optimal floor, I'm going to make a lot of money very quickly and upgrade my foraging skill very quickly. Thinking ahead, this might be a good one to get the horse for if I'm going to be spending a lot of time running around foraging stuff. But in saying that, by the time I can afford the horse, I might just have everything I need right on my farm, so I don't actually have to do that much running around. I'm going to feel that out and see how it goes along the way. Back at the farm already, not a good day foraging, only a few simple items found. Now simply chop wood again. I just realized as well that since I'm chopping all this wood, I'm going to get 300 of it pretty quickly. That means I can repair the bridge on the beach and go harvest the east side. Already I've got 309 wood, so let's head straight to the beach and see if there's anything good there. So, 300 pieces of wood, and I already have access to this side of the beach, and already there is lots of stuff to find. And by lots, I mean 4 things. And this strange guy. The coral and urchin are actually fairly valuable, especially on the 3rd day of my first spring. Basically all my early money is going to go to tool upgrades and small crops. That's day 3, let's see what the beach stuff was worth. There's the official announcement that my foraging skill leveled up. And 520 gold. That's actually pretty good for the 3rd day. That's what everything's worth. As you can see, sea urchins quite valuable, along with the moral. Same drill, water the crop, it should be ready tomorrow, then I'm gonna go do foraging and cut wood. Today was the first day so far that I did not find anything on my farm. There might have been something there hiding somewhere, but I could not see it. Only 2 items I can sell today, the rest will be used for energy. 5 o'clock out of energy, so that concludes the 4th day of spring. 250 gold from those 2 things. Today, things are gonna change up a little bit. Obviously gonna harvest my parsnips, then run around and do some foraging until the store opens at 9 o'clock. And since I found some sea creatures I can sell and it's 9 o'clock, I'm going to sell them directly to Willy for instant profit. I got 280 gold for just those 2 things. Now I'm going to head to the regular store and sell my parsnips for 525 gold, then buy the bigger backpack for 2000 gold. Thanks to all the foraging I've been doing for the last few days, I should have lots of energy, so I should be able to get fairly deep in the mine even on the first day. Now, very quickly, I'm going to run back to my farm, throw some of my tools in the bin, and retrieve some of my foraged items that will give me energy. And yes, I just realized I'm taking a long way to the mine once again. That's what happens when I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. So here we go, level 1. 3:40 PM, I've just hit level 5 in my first elevator. I've also found a few things that should count as foraged goods, that being the earth crystal and some of the quartz. Also finding lots of copper ore so far, so that's good. That will turn into upgraded tools sooner than later. I am going to want to upgrade my axe before too long, that way I can chop hardwood and get me that precious experience. Given the current pace of this, I think I'm only going to hit floor 10 before I run out of time. Level 7 and I've hit a very slow infested floor. Hopefully there's a silver lining to this slow floor. Maybe I will find a better weapon. I did not find a weapon yet, but I did just find sneakers. They simply give me a little more defense, which means I stay alive a little bit longer. 10 PM and coincidentally I've just hit floor 10. So that's going to conclude my mining adventure for the day. I'm certainly not going to get another 5 floors to my next elevator. Simply time to call it a night. So after harvesting my parsnips, I've leveled up my farming. I can now make a scarecrow and fertilizer, which was really all I wanted. Also mining leveled up, that's nothing special. And I made a ginormous 80 gold overnight, but I did sell the crop and some other things that day, so I actually had a pretty good day. And it's the morning of the 6th, and I can now make a furnace thanks to my mining adventure, so I'm going to do that. And now I can start smelting every time I pass it. Won't take long before I have enough bars to start upgrading my tools. Today's strategy, again pretty straightforward. I'm just going to do a little bit of foraging here around my farm and head to the mines. I don't think that I want to spend too much time running around and foraging everything. I think the fastest way to make progress on this map is going to be head down into the mines, straight to the mushroom level as fast as I can for the fastest experience and profit. So 8:40 AM, straight to floor 10 and down we go. I just broke a barrel on floor 13 and I found a wood club, which does considerably more damage than my sword. So far I'm making very good progress and finding lots of copper and other stuff along the way, so it's shaping up to be a very good day. I've already hit floor 15 and it's only 12 o'clock. Alright, it is 7:20 p.m. I've just hit floor 20 and I think that's about as far as I'm going to go for the day. Unless of course I find a mushroom on floor 21. And while I'm at it, I might as well actually smash a few of these copper nodes. So, as I was saying, I don't have the time or energy to reach another 5 levels, so back to bed. Hopefully I found a few dollars worth of stuff down there. I need to start making a little bit of money for when it's time to upgrade my tools. I think I need to do my pick once I hit level 40, that way I can continue smashing rocks efficiently, so that should be a few days time at least to gather some precious gold. And I'm going to use up what time I have on this day to smelt the rest of my copper. Alright, since it's getting late, 12:20, 12:30 a.m., I'm going to call it a night. By the time that last bar is done, I will have a total of 10, which means I can upgrade 2 tools once I have the money. And there's my earnings for the day, 325 gold. Today, a little bit of a strategy again. I'm going to spend some time foraging again because I seem to have surplus time after the mines anyway, so I might as well use it beforehand to forage for items. Also, if I'm lucky in my foraging, I will find some items that are worth some good value, especially on the beach, and that will help me. So far, my farm has given me nothing. That's okay. I'm going to head to the woods to the south and then to the beach. The beach has given me a few small things, so I'm going to go ahead and sell those to Willie for the instant profit, and then it's straight to the mines. All the way up to 1175 gold, just like that. Bit of a late start today, 11:50 a.m., floor 21. Not sure if I'll get down a full 10 floors again or not, given my late start, but as long as I get 5, I'm being productive, and that's all that matters. It is 5:40 p.m. and I've just hit floor 25, and I think I'm going to go for it and see if I can hit 30. Bit of a risk, but I think I'll be alright. Floor 26 has given me one of the overrun floors, but that's okay because I've got my club, which kills everything in 2 hits. Okay, so I'm currently on floor 29. It is 11:10 p.m. so I've got to find a ladder like right now, otherwise I'm going to pass out down here. And there it is, 11:30 p.m. Finally hit floor 30, which means we'll be getting into the dark floors. But that's a problem for tomorrow. Amongst the chaos there, I also found a forest sword and I didn't even notice, so that's going to be my weapon of choice from here on out. At least until I find a better one, of course. I feel like I made a little bit better money today. My foraging leveled up, so I can make a tapper now. So mining alone has given me 520 gold. That's not bad, starting to see a little bit of profit. And since I have the ability to make a tapper already, that means as soon as I see a mushroom tree, I can go through the process of making a tapper and placing it there, and then I have a mushroom harvest. Today I'm simply going to go through the same steps as yesterday, do a bit of foraging in the morning, including the beach. Once that's done, head to the mines, continue on digging. And hopefully now that my foraging is leveled up again, I'm going to start finding a little bit better quality items which give me more energy and or more value. Found some valuables on the beach, so that means an easy 270 gold. 10:30 a.m, floor 30, floor 31. And just like that, I've hit level 40. It is only 4 p.m. That was a very quick few floors. I really wish they could all go that quickly. That was quite easy. Since I'm being so lucky today, I'm going to push forward and hopefully hit floor 45 before I run out of time or energy. I definitely will want to upgrade my pick before getting any further really though. It's taking too many hits to break every rock and that's just inefficient. 7 p.m. and I've already hit floor 45. That is, however, as deep as I'm going to go today. I just don't want to push my luck. I did make some really good progress though and found some valuable stuff, so that's pretty awesome. Things are moving along really well. But since it's only 8 p.m. and I haven't been down to the forest yet for any foraging, I'm going to take a quick look there to see if there's any items I can get for tomorrow. Only found a few things down here really, but that's okay. That is still extra energy for me and of course extra experience. And I guesstimate this is going to be my most valuable mining day yet. And it is 880 gold from mining. There's the breakdown, it was all in the jade. Okay, that's going to be it for this video now that I've kind of got things established. I can now see clearly the direction I'm heading in. I obviously need to make a little more money, upgrade my tools, blah blah blah. That will all come in the next video. Hopefully we see that mushroom level in the next one and maybe some iridium quality items. And some mushroom trees would be really nice, but I admittedly don't know much about those. Maybe someone could help fill me in the comment section about those. I believe they appear in summer. I hope you liked this video. I was very tired while making it, so hopefully that doesn't show in the quality of it. Anyways, thank you for watching.